we gathered some of the greatest off-roaders onto the hardest trail in some of the hardest conditions. This is the Legends Run, hosted by Bestoff-road.com. Pritchett Canyon is no joke. Extremely difficult, rated as a 9 for big, customized, hardcore rigs only. This 8.9 mile trail is rated by Jeep on their Badge of Honor website as the hardest trail in the country. So we gathered these current and future Hall of Fame drivers to take on the task of Pritchett Canyon. Pritchett Canyon alone is no joke, but if you start adding rain and moisture into the mix, this turns into a slippery, wet mess. And what a better way to honor the individuals whose achievements helped define rock motorsports than to bring them all together on one of the most respected trails in the world. Among those invited this week were Rock Motorsports Hall of Fame living legends Chris Durham, Jeff Mello, Jesse Haynes, alongside Hall of Fame inductee John Curry. This was more than just a trail ride. It's a tribute to the pioneers, champions, innovators who built the legacy of rock motorsports. Rain can make this trip a lot more interesting. Normally this is a pretty easy obstacle, but with the wet rocks, one small slip, your line is off by a couple inches, that means body damage. And sometimes a spotter can make all the difference. Appreciate you, Bruce. Rain, snow, or shine, Moab never disappoints on the views.
We'll go that way. Come all the way up. It's either on too much or not. The wall here, Kate.
Now there's a lot of cool Jeeps on this run, but not many as cool as this Jeep Wrangler 6x6.
only got that.
Right there. Perfect. Money. Hey, just make sure you're not. There you go. Right on there. Really slow. I talk to myself a lot.
Now that the rain has finally stopped, the guys can start picking it up and trying the harder routes. Easy. Easy. Off-roading is one of the sports where you're never too young or too old to do it.
Hold up, hold up, hold up. You're gonna have to stop when you get to the top. There's not that much runway. So, go.
It's you versus the obstacle.
Yeah, here I am. My high Easter bunny.
With the rain comes mud, and this is one of the obstacles where it helps to have a built-out rig, especially one with rear steering. As you're going to see coming up, the rain has made this obstacle much more difficult than what it normally is when it's dry. One unique thing about Pritchett is that it's constantly being formed and reformed from water and usage. You can come and visit this trail, and then the next year it looks completely different. This is going to force you to choose new lines that maybe before didn't work, but that's part of the fun of it. Figuring out new lines that you wouldn't have normally tried to see what actually ends up working. The rain and the mud add on another layer for these guys to really push their skills. This obstacle is called Rocker Knocker. Typically, you're going to take the line of the right and just climb straight up it and get a big bump. Now with the mud, you have to put your front wheels up on the front ledge, crawl yourself all the way over, and climb your way up on the driver's side. This just adds in another level of skill that is extremely difficult in the rain. After a quick bite of lunch and some great fellowship, we're back on the road. And for the first time all day, we've got some sunshine. At this point, now the trail's starting to dry up. Within a matter of 30 minutes, it's gone from slippery and wet to the true Utah high desert. This trail is forever changing, and that's what makes it so unique. When accidents happen, it's best to find a way to improvise, and sometimes going up and over is a lot easier than going around. There's only two main obstacles left. This one, which is rock pile, and then the next one, Yellow Hill. A lot of people decided to turn back around instead of going the 12 miles on the dirt road to head back. Most guys ended up turning around at the broken vehicle, but we're going to keep pushing through onto Yellow Hill and then take the long way around. Yellow Hill is basically what it sounds. We got yellow rock, and then we got a big, long, steep hill that goes straight up. Thankfully, it's dried out just enough to where you're still able to get traction, but now as you can see, the rain is starting to come down again. There's two routes on Yellow Hill. You come off on the side and you try to go out and around and keep your momentum to go all the way up the hill. But if you don't get it, you're going to slide into the rock. As you see here, if you don't give her enough beans, you get put into a bad situation. So once you go back this way, if you're not turned the right way, you're going to roll. The most successful way to do it is to send it as hard as you can and pray you stick. The second option for longer wheelbase vehicles is to put your left driver's side tire up on the rock and go straight up. But again, today is about traction. If you're not able to get it, you're not going anywhere. Your best bet is put your pedal to the floor and hope that you don't go backwards.
Holy cow.
When having broken vehicles, it's always better to be safe than sorry. Especially when the rain kicks back in.
You know what? Just go. I got a good feeling about this. Let's go.
Pritchett is about adventure, overcoming obstacles, and always finding a way out. But that's what happens when you're a legend.